I think it goes without saying that prosecutors are expected to uphold the law. But Chris Dickinson is facing two separate investigations into claims that he broke the law. And the conduct of other Snohomish County deputy prosecutors has been under review as well, as according to that county's elected prosecutor, Mark Rowe. Although it's mostly known as a vacation spot, Chelan was the place where several deputy prosecutors were attending a legal conference last month. In a room at Campbell's, this video is from the resort's website, Deputy Prosecutor Chris Dickinson was photographed at a gathering of prosecutors next to his topless girlfriend, a juvenile court employee, both supposedly drunk.
I don't know exactly how she came to be exposed in that fashion on the top half of her body.
But there is some nudity in that photo.
There is. You can see parts that most people generally prefer not be seen in a situation like that, and certainly don't want pictures taken of.
Chris Dickinson was arrested later that night by Chelan County Sheriff's deputies for allegedly driving under the influence. Dickinson had been a Snohomish County deputy prosecutor for 29 years. His boss, Mark Rowe, fired him last week. Rowe says the hotel photo of Dickinson and his girlfriend was taken by another deputy prosecutor in an attempt to document the couple's misconduct.
A young DPA took the photo because he was appalled at the actions of, primarily Mr. Dickinson, and he thought it should be documented in some fashion so that he could be held accountable for that.
Rowe now confirms that Chelan County sheriffs are investigating a claim by another female deputy prosecutor that Dickinson groped her that same evening.
Allegation is that he reached around her and squeezed her breast. She was an unwilling participant in that. If that took place, that's a sexual assault in my mind. And I feel terrible about it. It's been probably my worst week at work as a prosecutor, and I've dealt with a lot of difficult things.
A Chelan County Sheriff's detective interviewed that female deputy prosecutor in Rowe's office yesterday. That agency will decide whether to pursue charges in addition to Dickinson's DUI charge. Rowe says the photo of the topless, nearly unconscious woman should never have been taken. He's convinced that the young prosecutor in that room was trying to do the right thing, and he's been given a reprimand. I'm Chris Ingalls live in the King 5 newsroom.